sports fans, welcome to Super Sports Central. Today, we're going to be going over my college ball bowl game predictions. So usually I predict college ball games that have at least one ranked team in them. So that is what I'll be doing in this video. And this video will contain all the bowl games that are non-New Year's Six bowl games. That will be in a separate video, so make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss that. But beginning with the games we have on Wednesday, December 27th, starting off with the Holiday Bowl, we have USC against Louisville. So this is an interesting game between one of the most disappointing teams this season and one of the most surprising teams this season. For USC, they've been very disappointing. They're currently 7-5, and Louisville has been one of the most surprising teams at 10-3. Now, I don't think this game will be all that great. USC was only solid because they had one insane player, and that was obviously Caleb Williams, who has now opted out to prepare for the NFL draft. So I think the USC offense, which was good in the regular season, putting up 41.8 points a game, I still think they'll have a good game, but I definitely think they'll take a step back without their quarterback. Plus, they also face a great Louisville defense that allows just 19.7 points per game on season. And the Louisville offense also has been very good this season, as they have a very balanced attack and face a terrible USC defense that allows 35 points a game. So I think Louisville wins this game fairly easily by a score of 34-17. Next game, we have the Texas Bowl, that is Texas A&M against Oklahoma State. So Texas A&M has a lot of turnover going on right now, as they'll be playing with an interim head coach, plus they have a ton of opt-outs and transfers. For Oklahoma State, they're 9-4, but I don't really think they're the greatest team. Now, Oklahoma State will have star running back and the nation's second leading running rusher, Ollie Gordon. He will be playing in this game, and that will greatly help the Cowboys offense, who I don't really trust to throw the football with Alan Bowman at quarterback. Now, Texas A&M is a very good defensive team, especially against the run, as they allow just 106.7 yards per game on the ground, which is best in the SEC. But as I said a second ago, they have a ton of transfers, and that will greatly impact Texas A&M, especially on their ability to stop Ollie Gordon and the Oklahoma State run game. I have Oklahoma State picking up their 10th win of the season, as they beat Texas A&M by a score of 28-20. Up next, we've got the games on Thursday, December 28th. Beginning with the Fenway Bowl, we have SMU against Boston College. So Boston College surprisingly made a bowl game with a 6-6 record, and Boston College really isn't that good. In fact, if it wasn't for a 5-game stretch where they played really easy opponents and won all those games, Boston College would not be in a bowl game. But Boston College is one of the worst teams to make a bowl game this year, and they now have to face a great SMU team that missed out on a New Year's Six bowl game by just one ranking one behind Liberty. Now, SMU is a really good team, and they're a lot better than BC. As BC scores just 25 points a game and allows 30 points a game, while SMU scores 40 points a game and allows just 17.4 points a game. And both those stats for SMU rank top 12 nationally. Now, SMU is without their starting quarterback Preston Stone, who is out with a broken leg, so SMU will be starting Kevin Jennings. Now, SMU was able to beat Tulane, and that is a very good Tulane team. They were able to beat in the AAC championship game with Jennings at quarterback. And Tulane is a lot better than BC, so I think SMU should win this game very easily by a score of 35-13, if not by more. But SMU with the easy win. Up next, we got the Pop-Tarts Bowl, and that is NC State against Kansas State. So Kansas State will be without a lot of players, including their top two receivers, Ben Sinnott and Phillip Brooks, plus their starting quarterback, Will Howard, who's in the transfer portal. So that means Kansas State will be starting true freshman quarterback Avery Johnson instead. Now, Johnson has seen some playing time this season for the Wildcats. This year, he's appeared in 7 games, passing for 301 yards and 3 scores, while also adding 225 yards and 6 rushing touchdowns. But Johnson and the Kansas State offense face a very good NC State defense that allows 20 points a game. Now, Kansas State also has a good defense, allowing just 21 points a game, which is second in the Big 12. Now, I think this will be a lower scoring defensive game, and I would take Kansas State to get the win, but they have a lot of key players not playing in this game. Plus, it will not be easy for Avery Johnson, who's making his first start and facing a really tough NC State defense. So I'm going to take NC State to get their 10th win of the season and win the Pop-Tarts Bowl in a good game, 24-17. But this is a game I could definitely see going either way. Up next, we got the Alamo Bowl, and that is Arizona against Oklahoma. So Oklahoma will be playing with their backup quarterback, as starting quarterback Dillon Gabriel is transferring to Oregon. So they'll be starting true freshman quarterback Jackson Arnold, who has seen limited action this season, and he has passed for 202 yards and 2 touchdowns, and also had 78 rushing yards in his limited playing time this season. Now, Jackson Arnold faces a good Arizona defense. That was a big reason why Arizona was so good this season, as they allowed just 20.8 points a game. But they now face an elite Oklahoma offense that scores 43.2 points a game, which is best in the Big 12. But I think the Oklahoma offense will take a significant step back without Dillon Gabriel running the offense. Now, Arizona's offense is also very good, especially their passing offense, which is extremely good, as they pass for 304 yards per game and have a great wide receiver pairing of Teddy McMillan and Jacob Cowling. But they now face an Oklahoma defense that isn't great against the pass, allowing 242 passing yards per game, which is 4th worst in the Big 12. So I could see this game going either way. I think Arizona's been the more well-rounded team. They're the better team, plus they actually have their quarterback playing. So I'm going to take Arizona to continue their great season as they defeat Oklahoma and win the Alamo Bowl by a score of 31-26 in a game that still could go either way, but I've got Arizona with the win. Moving on, we've got the games on Friday, December 29th. Starting off with the Gator Bowl, we have Clemson against Kentucky. So this is a very interesting game, as both these teams are solid, but neither team is great. Both these teams are solid on offense, scoring about 30 points a game, but better defensively, allowing about 20 points a game. And both these teams have also been somewhat inconsistent this season, which makes this very difficult to predict. I'm going to take Clemson with the win because I trust their defense more, but this is a game that could definitely go either way. I really don't know who's going to win this game. I got Clemson in a lower scoring game, 26-23, but this game could definitely go either way. Up next, we've got the Sun Bowl, that is Notre Dame against Oregon State. So both teams are missing a lot of players due to either transfers or opt-outs. Notre Dame will be without key players such as quarterback Sam Hartman, running back Audric Estime, left tackle Joe Alt, a bunch of wide receivers, plus some defensive players as well. For Oregon State, they will be playing under a new head coach after Jonathan Smith left for the Michigan State head coaching job. And Oregon State is also going to be playing with their third-string quarterback after DJ Uiagalelei and Aiden Childs both entered the transfer portal. So there's a lot of similarities between these two teams, not only not having a lot of their key players, but also their playing styles, as both these teams want to run the football and have tremendous defenses, and both teams are going to especially want to run the ball as they'll be without their starting quarterbacks. But Oregon State, they rush for 180 yards per game and allow a little over 100 rushing yards defensively and allow about 21 points a game. For Notre Dame, they run for 181 yards per game and allow 120 rushing yards per game and 16.6 points a game. So very similar teams. This is a game that could definitely go either way. Notre Dame has been hurt by some teams that have been able to run the football this season, such as in losses to Louisville and Clemson. So I could see Oregon State getting the win here for that reason, but I'm going to take Notre Dame. I trust their defense more. I still think their offense will be good enough, and I think they'll be able to run the football, and they'll have a little bit more offensive success. So Notre Dame wins this game, what will be a lower scoring game because both teams have great defenses and are without their quarterbacks, but Notre Dame wins by a score of 21-10. And finally, the games on Monday, January 1st, beginning with the Reliant Quest Bowl, that is Wisconsin against LSU. So LSU is obviously known for their offense, but they will be without Heisman-winning quarterback Jayden Daniels, but the outstanding wide receiver duo of Malik Nabers and Brian Thomas will both play in this game, despite both heading to the NFL. No Jayden Daniels will definitely impact the LSU offense, and for Wisconsin, they will also be without a key player to their offense, that is star running back Braylon Allen, who's a big part of their offense, as Wisconsin runs for 163 yards per game, and Allen is obviously a big part of that run game. But Wisconsin will need to score to be able to keep up with the good LSU offense, which I still think will be able to score even without Jayden Daniels. But Wisconsin scores just 22 points a game, and they're going to need a lot more than that to keep up with LSU. Now, this isn't a great LSU defense, so I could definitely see Wisconsin scoring and keeping up, but I don't think this game will be a true shootout. I've got LSU with a 10-point win, 34-24. And our final game, we've got the Citrus Bowl, that is Tennessee against Iowa. So this is a very interesting game. Both teams have great defenses, as Tennessee allows 22 points a game and Iowa allows 13.2 points a game. Now, Iowa's offense is brutal, scoring just 16 points a game, and I think they're going to have a tough time scoring against a tough Tennessee defense. Now, Tennessee's offense was a little disappointing this season, scoring 31 points a game, which seems good, but it was a little bit disappointing considering preseason expectations. Now, Tennessee will be without starting quarterback Joe Milton as he has opted out to prepare for the NFL draft. So that means five-star freshman Nico Iamaleava, hopefully I said his name correctly, will be starting. And in limited action this season, he has thrown for 163 yards and a touchdown. Now, Tennessee has done a lot of their offensive damage on the ground this season with a run game that averages over 200 yards per game, but Iowa only allows about 100 rushing yards a game. So this is a game that could definitely go either way. Like other Iowa games this season, I think this will be a very low-scoring game and a defensive battle, but Iowa really can't score, and it's going to be difficult against a good Tennessee defense. I don't think Tennessee will score much either, but I think they'll score enough to get the win, and Tennessee wins this game by a score of 13-6. But those are my college football bowl game predictions. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, turn notifications. I do my best to post as often as possible. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my predictions, disagree, and why. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos or my New Year's 6 bowl game predictions and playoff predictions. But thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications. I do my best to post as often as possible, and I will see you in the next video.